I'm tracking more storms on NAPIcast. Here's one coming through Sunday night into Monday. It's one wave, then another wave is going to come through Monday afternoon. Now, by Monday afternoon, outside the mountains, it's going to be rain. But Sunday night, you'll see here, this is all snow from north to south. So we're going to have snow coming through. It won't be all that heavy. It'll be pretty light. It's a mostly moisture-starved system. The bigger storm signal is later in the week here. So Wednesday night, I'm going to push things in forward into motion here. High pressure's in control. Now, high pressure to our east. This is Thursday, middle of the day. And this is heavy snow here. A good thump coming through right through southern Maine and southwestern interior, heading up towards the Katahdin region. You've got snow breaking out. Now, there's more moisture with this one here. It's a strong storm signal. So it'll start off as heavy snow and then transition over to a wintry mix and even some rain, right, as this one starts to push through. So watch here, put things into motion now, and I'll show you. But depending on the track of this storm and how much cold air is in place, this could stay as all snow, especially north of the southern coast here. So really have to watch this very closely. There could be some ice, but right now, a good thump of snow is what you should prepare for on Thursday. And this is not one of those overnight storms like we've had recently. This is more of a middle of the day storm if the timing lines up going forward here. So Thursday is your storm signal day. Right now, the surface analysis shows low pressure to our east. That's the storm that's pushing through in the last couple of hours. High pressure, though, coming in from the north and west here. This big high is going to come in. It's just going to pour cold air into Maine, especially western Maine, where there's extreme cold warnings up by the National Weather Service. So it's going to get a lot colder tonight here. So there's that high coming in. You see that in the forecast. But then another storm's going to push through. You see that here. That's going to be coming through from the west. It's really right now in the upper Midwest. It comes through the Great Lakes, and there it is, Sunday night into Monday. So there's your next storm to come through. A little area of low pressure is going to form along the coastline. It's going to be pretty weak, mostly moisture starved. This is Sunday night into Monday, and then another little wave comes through Monday afternoon. But that's going to be warming up outside of the mountains for the Monday afternoon portion. Now, on the satellite picture, the last couple hours, some really cool stuff here to take a look at. So you've got all the cold air, dry air coming down from the northwest. Here is the back edge of the snow that's coming through right now. So we're going to break out in full sun once that pulls away, once that storm pulls away. It's going to be sunny and it's going to get a lot colder here. Now, look at the forecast here as far as temperatures go, up a few thousand feet in the sky. This shows the anomaly of how cold it's going to be as that cold air pours down from the north. But then we warm up a bit Sunday night late into Monday, especially Monday. You see the temperatures here are the anomaly, so 10, 14, 20 degrees above typical, a couple thousand feet up in the sky. So that shows you that we don't have a cold pool of air to work with Monday into Tuesday. But then it gets cold again Wednesday, and this sets the stage for the next storm to come through. And you see here the next storm, once again, I said it's February 6th and 7th, right time frame. And look at these anomalies. Temperatures here spiking 20, 24 degrees above average, above typical. So a very up and down roller coaster ride. And speaking of the roller coaster ride, we're going down tonight. This is a forecast temperature here for waking up into Sunday morning. Okay, it is going to be quite chilly. 3 in Portland, -2 Bangor, -11 Presque Isle. This is without the wind. These are just the actual air temperatures here. Not a lot of wind, but that's going to mean that it gets colder, especially with a fresh snowpack, a lot of cold air around. So we are not going to have a cold night. This will be one of the coldest nights of the season, especially western mountains and also at the coastline where we haven't gotten to around 3 very often. Here's a look at the snowfall reports the last 24 hours. And you see here where I don't want to call it a bullseye, but there's a stripe here. There's a snow band coming through southern and western Maine over towards the mid-coast where you got those 3, 4, 5-inch totals to pop up. From that snow band, we had cold air coming down in. And really, it was more about the moisture, though, than it was the cold air. Not the heaviest and wettest storm, but certainly not a fluffy storm. And really, the reason for that is because of the moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico here. So here's the moisture coming out of the Gulf here. streaming up northward. This is obviously the last couple hours, but all of this moisture was streaming up over Maine. So that really helped and aided in getting more moisture and getting more snowfall. Once it changed over from rain to snow, you have this moisture coming up from the Gulf, and really you got more snow than I thought, honestly, because I did not expect this much moisture to come from the Gulf of Mexico, but it did happen. So one of those storms where you get that plow in for sure for pretty much the whole state, except for really probably heading up North Katahdin region and also up in the mountains, not as much there. Now, temperature-wise here, this is at ground level. So this is Saturday. Watch the cold air come in. This is today. And then tomorrow, watch me warm up a bit, especially on Monday and Tuesday. But I really just want to show you this roller coaster ride and yo-yo temperature we're going to be going through. So the reds are anomaly temperatures going above what they typically would be, and the blues are temperatures going down. So we go very much up and down, but really the thing that stays constant in all of this is the cold air here up to the Pacific Northwest. Very typical of a La Nina. So you get the warm to the south and east, and you get the cold north and west here. So we've got a very typical La Nina setting up, although we've got a little bit more moisture than you would see in a typical La Nina. So we're going to have opportunities here for storms. So here's a look at NappyCast. Here's the forecast I just uploaded. It's up there on YouTube. The forecast for your Sunday, we're going to increase clouds. Temperatures are going to warm up in the afternoon just a little bit, but it's going to be pretty chilly, especially in the morning. And for today on your Saturday, it's this morning snow, and then we're sunny and cold, right? We get quite chilly. Northwest wind going to be a bit gusty here. So here's my snowfall map for your next storm, which is Sunday night into Monday. And I just put a 1 to 4. I don't want to get too cute with this storm. There is an opportunity for 4 inches, but it's not going to be statewide. Most locations are going to be around that 2 to 3 inch range. So this is not a statewide 4 inch or a statewide 1 inch. It's just an opportunity here to get to the 4, depending on how much moisture we can squeeze out of this storm that's coming through. Somewhat of a clipper, kind of, shades of that. So we're clearing in cold, light snow for Sunday night. And then February 6th and 9th, that's really what I'm keying in on as the next 2 storms coming through. And I can show you the February 9th one. I showed you the February 6th one, but obviously that's farther out in the forecast here. So here's the forecast blog that I do every day, sometimes 2 blogs a day. You can take a look at my timeline and snow amounts and all the forecast stuff. Let me go ahead and bring up here on the fly. Let me bring up the storm for February 9th here. I'm going to bring it up on the fly so you can see what I was talking about for that. So here's the February 9th storm. Let me bring it up. This is another one, okay, coming down the pipeline. So this is obviously next weekend, not this weekend. And this one has an opportunity here for more snow. Depends how much cold air is in place, but there's more moisture here. So whenever you have more moisture, you obviously have more of an opportunity. Now this one's got a little bit of an inside look, but also we'll see if a coastal low, develops here. But it's throwing plenty of moisture up into Maine. So there's an opportunity. So February 6th and February 9th for 2 storms here that are going to have more of that half inch to more as far as precip. And, a 10 to 1, so 5 inches, or you're going to get more. Obviously, depending on the ratios here, you're going to get more like 7 or 8 inches here. We'll see. Could you get a foot if we get higher ratios? Yes. So opportunities here for storms coming down the pipeline. Thank you for watching Jason Nappy Weather and NappyCast. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm tracking the weather here for you all the time.